Hi, this is Mrs. Oakley, and today we're going to look at Unit 3, Lesson 5, Multiplying Fractions. So, first, let's look at the steps. Write all mixed numbers as improper fractions. Then simplify up and down along the diagonals if possible. Multiply the numerators to get new numerators, multiply the denominators to get new denominators, and simplify if necessary. That all sounds really confusing, so let me show you the shorthand of it. Okay? First and foremost, I'm going to 3/8 and 5/6. Now, these aren't mixed numbers, so all we have to do is multiply across. Okay, so 3 times 5 is 15. 8 times 6 is 48. There we go. Now, we can simplify this, but right now, I don't even care about simplest form. I just want to know that you know how to multiply this. Excuse me. A lot of times we forget, we get confused on this one. 2/5 times 7/8. Okay. 2 times 7 is, we're going across, 14. 5 times 8 is 40. Good job. All right, let's go. All right. Ooh, Miss Oakley's got something in the way. Get this here. All right, let's practice this. I'm going to enlarge this real quick for us. Okay, so here we go. 3/8 times 5/6. Pretty easy. Go across. 15, 48. Okay, 2/5 times 7/8, 14 over 40. I think those are just the two we just did, isn't it? Yes, it is. All right, well, good. We got the same answer twice. All right, so what it means is when we have a mixed number, we first have to make it into an improper fraction. I'm going to say 7/16 because that's fine the way it is. But I'm going to take 1 and 1/5, and I'm going to make it 5 times 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6 over 5. Now I'm ready to cross multiply. 7 times 6 is 42, and 16 times 5, let's see what that is. That's 30, carry the 3, so that would be 80, over 80. Good job. Okay, again, we got to make these ends, so let's say times and plus. Gosh, my pen is working well. 3 times 1 is 3 plus 1 is 4 thirds times, times and plus, 8 times 2 is 16 plus 5 is 21 over 8. And now all we have to do is multiply. 3 times 8 is 24. 21 times 4 equals 4 equals 84. There we go. All right, let's get these in. 2 and 3/8 times 1 and 5/7. Okay, so 16, that plus 3 is 19 over 8 times 7 plus 5 is 12 over 7. So we get 56. And I don't know about you, but I don't know what 19 times 12 is. 2 times 9 is 18, carry the 1. 2 times 1 is 2 plus 1 is 3. Okay, moving into the tens place, so 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 1 is 1. I add them, I get 8, 2. This is an add, you can't really, I'm going to get rid of that. Add. Here the 1, and this will be 2, so over 220. Okay, let's do it again. 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5 over 4 times, remember the dot in between, that's another symbol of multiplication. So 10 times 3 is 30 plus 7 is 37 over 10. All right, I'm going to make that 3 look better. Okay, 4 times 10 is 40. See, 37 times 5. That looks like a 1. 7. 5 times 7 is 35. Carries a 3. That gets me 18. So 185. Okay. All right, let's move to the next slide. Now, you have 6 problems that I want you to try. Come back here and see if you got them right. Make sure you pause the video. All right, so for 2 and 2 ninths, you should have turned that into 20 over 9 times 13 over 8. That would have been 72. Let's see, 20 and 13. So 0, 6, 6. Okay, put my placeholder 0, 2. So it would have been 260. Good. All right, for number 8, you should have done 2 and 1 6 should have turned into 13 6 times 45, 52 over 9, which equals 54. And then I don't know if 13 times 52, so let's say 52 times 13. Okay, 3 times 2 is 6, 3 times 5 is 15. 0, 2, and 5. That would have gotten me 6, 7, 676. Good job. All right, here we go. 10 times 5 is 5 plus 1, so you should have gotten 51 over 10 times 15 over 8. You should have gotten 8 on the bottom, and then 51 times 15 gives me 5, 25, 1, 5, and I should have added them to get 7, 6, 7, 65. That looks like a 4. Let's erase that, make it better. Good job. All right, now number 10 is a little tricky because do we have a fraction? We do. We do have a fraction, and I'm going to show you how to do this. So first off, let's take 4 and 9/10. We're going to say that's worth 49 over 10. And then we're going to say, I'm going to put the dot so you see this multiplication, 5. Whenever you have a whole number, you just put it over 1, okay? So 10 times 1 is 10, and then 49 times 5 equals 5 times 9 is 45, carries 4. So it would have been equal to 245. Good job. All right, so we have, look at this one, it's a multi-step. This is where order of operations comes into play, right? Do we add before we multiply, or do we multiply before we add? We multiply before we add. So 4 times 3 is 12 plus 3 is 15 over 4 times 5 plus 1 is 5 plus 1 is 6 over 5. So this would have gotten me 20, 90. Okay, so now I have 2 and 5, 6 plus. So 2 and 5, 6 plus 9 and 20. Okay. Now remember, we can't do that without a like common denominator. So I'm going to count my 6. 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60. Okay, 60 is probably our best. Machine so 2. That would have been times 10, 15, plus, that would have been times 3, so we would have had 180. So our answer would have been 2 and 230 over 60, which we got to simplify. Well, 60 can go in 230, 230, not 230 divided by 60. Well, it could go in there 3 times because that's 180. Borrow, that gives me 50 left over. So this would have been equal to, we got to add the 3 and the 2. So this would have been equal to 5 and 50 over 60. Okay? All right, looking at this one, we have parentheses first, so we have to subtract this one first. So we have 1 and 1/6 times, but we got to get these into common denominators. So if I turn 3/5 into, multiplying it by 2, I can get 6/10 minus, well, if I turn this into 2, let's make it 2 times 1 plus, this would be 3/2. If I multiply those both by 5, I get 15 over 10. And if I subtract that, that gives me 9/10 left. Okay? Now, improper fraction time, 6 times 1 is 6 plus 1 is 7 times 9/10 equals 63 over 60. All right, let's move on. Okay, here we have a multiplication, a story problem. Rachel has 2 and 13/16 pounds of flour. If she uses 2/3 of the bag for a recipe, how many pounds of the flour are left in the bag? Okay, so 2/3 of a bag. So I know we all said are left. 2/3 of. Of is a great word when we're talking about multiplication. So let's change 2/16 2 and 13/16. So I get 28. That'd have been 41 over 16 times 2 over 3. All right, so that would have given me 82. 16, that'd have been 8, carry the 1, that'd have been 48, which would have been 1, because if I simplify it, so 82 divided by 48, there's only one of them. 1 times 48, let's subtract it. Borrow, that's a 7, that's a 12. Would have gotten 1 and 34 over 48 left. Good job. Okay. The furthest Jack has run was 3 7/15 miles. If he runs 1 1/4 times, there's that times, further than his longest run, how far did he run? Go ahead and try working this out. Remember, we're multiplying, and then come back and see if you got it right. Remember to pause this video. All right, so 3 and 7. Let's make it improper fraction. That would have been 15 times 3 is 45 plus 7 is 52 over 15 times. Let's do 1 and 1/4. This would have been 4 times 1. 4 plus 1 is 5 over 4. Okay. 4 times 15 would have been 60. 52 times 5 is 260. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. All right, you have finished Unit 3, Lesson 5, Multiplying Fractions. Go ahead and head back to your roadmap, and I'll see you for the next lesson.